Good afternoon. I want to ask you a question. What do you do when life gets hard? Because everyone has a go-to of what they do. And so I have some other questions to go with that. What would you do if your best friend got shot while someone was stealing his car? What would you do if your house burned down and you and your kids escaped with your life and lost everything you owned? What would you do if you were pregnant and you got super sick, but you weren't due for a whole bunch of weeks, and then they told you that they have to remove the baby to save your life? What would you do? What would you do if you had a child that had cerebral palsy and they told you that your kid would never walk? What would you do? Well, the answer to these questions I have in stories in my book, because these things happen to real people. And what we need to do when life gets hard is we have to take ownership of our life, because we get one life. And the only thing we can control is ourselves. We can't control the things going on around us, like this pandemic that's going on. We can't control that. We can't control the government. We can't control the protesters. I can control myself, and you can control yourself. That's what we can do. So when you find yourself in tough times, something bad happens, you have to take ownership of your life. You have to find your value and take ownership of your life and your choices and your courage and grace and a whole bunch of things in your life to get you from just barely surviving so you can thrive. And those questions I asked you were because these stories are in this book. There is a woman who did get seriously sick and almost died when she was pregnant, and they had to remove the baby. But now she's thriving in life. But how did she do that? And then there's a man whose best friend was shot at a carjacking, and how it jacked up his life, but now he's thriving and helping other people. How did he do that? And a woman she lost everything in a house fire. Everything. Her and her kids escaped with their lives, but now she's thriving. How did she do that? These people took ownership of their lives. And if you want to know how, get a copy of my book, Because You Matter, because you do matter, and what's going on in your life matters, and how you can take ownership of your life so you can thrive matters. And that's why I'm here on videos for you, and why I go live, and why I share so much content with you all the time, is because I am that lady on the internet who loves you. I care about you. And so this book, it comes in Kindle, paperback, and audio, and Audible, but not just on Audible, and a whole host of other audiobooks out there. So you can get it. It's also in Nook. You can get it in any format that you want it in, so that you can get the help that you need so you can thrive in life, because you do matter. And so till next time, I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive.